now did caught up with Dimon, Chairman and CEO of JPMorgan, and here's the next step of that conversation.
How do you sort of see the material impact of European crisis playing out? I mean, it still seems to be trying to work itself out. What's the material impact likely to be?
So I hate to forecast the future because no one completely knows, but I think that Europe will get through this crisis. I'm talking about the next 6 to 9 months, and it'll stabilize a little bit. I think it is a serious crisis. It's not blown out of proportion. I'm really looking at the odds here. So there's 80% chance this will sort out kind of well. They have some serious issues to deal with down the road, like a fiscal treaty between the 16 nations that works better than the treaty they have today, and how to deal with some of these countries which are probably over-leveraged. But I think they're going to get through that. In any event, I think it's going to slow down the growth of Europe. I don't think it's going to cause a complete reversal of the global growth story.
But in May, you were saying that, if they don't act now, the problem is going to go out of hands, especially when there could be a potential possibility of bailing out banks. Are we a lot better off from May, or do we still have a lot of dirty work to do?
I think we're a lot better off. I forgot when I made that comment, but since then they've put in $750 billion of facilities. And my comment about that is, if they don't fix the problem now, it will get worse. So they really should fix the problem now. And a lot of banks in Europe own a lot of sovereign debt, and it'll just be a cascading problem. So, but I think my read is the European politicians are completely devoted to saving the euro, getting this right, and then obviously have to go back and make sure that treaty works for the long run. That is another serious issue, but they can deal with that in the due course of time. They have to deal with that in the middle of this crisis.
Would you be very concerned about the state of the currencies, given that the the eurozone is now going to sort of come out of this like a bounce back? It's going to be a gradual process.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a state of deep concern. I mean, the currency fluctuates a little bit here or there. It doesn't matter that much. So it doesn't matter to JPMorgan. I think in some ways the weakness of the currency is helping Europe. In fact, I think I read this morning that European trade, is getting much stronger all of a sudden because of the currency. That's a good thing. It may slow down the rest of the world, but it helps Europe a little bit.
Do you see Europe becoming a very interesting market given this crisis? Every time there's crisis, it looks like a great opportunity to people to go out there, participate in that, and start from a lower base.
Yeah, I think Europe is a huge market. It's 400. If you look at the euro land, it's the largest, or maybe the second largest economy in the world, along with the United States. So it's huge that way. As they consolidate laws and regulations, I do think it creates plenty of opportunity for people. In fact, between the euro being low and the value of the stocks being low, there are probably some pretty good buys there. I haven't looked closely, but I would guess that they're much more attractive today than they were a year ago.
How is the European crisis playing out in terms of sentiment and also, of course, an impact on the United States?
Well, I think it's dampened business confidence. But I think that most people, it doesn't affect what they do at all. 130 million people go to work every day in the United States, and I don't think they're reading about the sovereign debt crisis or the impact. I do think that and Chairman Bernanke made a comment the other day that it might dampen confidence and slow down growth a little bit. It shouldn't reverse some of the strength you've seen in the United States.